Greetings, everyone. DFG here, Gideon's Flight. Hey, guys. Just want to take a few minutes of your time and just talk about a statement that I heard earlier today from someone. And and I don't get in calling people's names without their permission, but I like the fact that they were thoughtful enough to share, a video. And this video was about, a young black man, and he was asking a question, so-called black man. Let me say that right. He's probably a Hebrew Israelite. But he may or may not know that, unfortunately. So many of us have no idea who we really are. But anyway, and he's asking America, what's the value of my life? And that I connected that with something that I saw last night on the protest riots that were going on in one of the cities. And there was a line of Esau, or whites, that were standing in front of between the police and and the protesters. And someone looked at that and they were like, I could tell it was posted in a way of saying, see, we're standing with you guys. We're right there with you. And and all I could do is just shake my head and say, here we go again. Here we go again. Because if you're going to stand with us, and I'm going to come back to the brother about the value of the life. I'm not, I'm coming back. I'm coming full circle here. But I want to talk about them both. And and here's my question: if helping us, if that's what your intentions are, helping us is not standing on the front lines of a protest, so that the police don't, beat our brains out. That's not helping us, guys. What we need is systemic change that you can influence through your resources, your connections, through your networks. Because at the end of the day, you are part of the people who run this country. You are a major part of the government that runs this country. You're 65% of the population. That means for every one of us, there's at least 6 of you all. You look at Congress, predominantly white. Senate, predominantly white. Governorship, predominantly white. Mayorships, predominantly white. Any form of power, sheriffs throughout the country, predominantly white. Warrant officers or wardens, predominantly white. Every step in the process, judges predominantly white, lawyers predominantly white, prosecutors predominantly white. So if you genuinely wanted to help us, it's not on the front line standing between us and police. It's in the back room, making laws and passing laws that hold the police accountable for what happens to us when they maliciously and viciously attack and assault us. It's going back and talking to your uncle who's a lawyer, your cousin who's a judge, your best friend whose father is the governor. It's going back and having them change their attitudes and their mentality about how they treat 60 million, or 30 plus million. If you count the Latinos, you're talking 60 plus million. How they treat their so-called brothers here in the United States, like second class or third class, really no citizen at all. Although we are foundational people. We were here before Columbus, guys. Long before Columbus. Some of us have been here for thousands of years. Go back and check out your artifacts. Go look at historical anthropology. I think I'm saying that word right. In other words, the going back and doing the research of human beings in North America. And you're going to find all kind of, just like you see the drawings in the caves in Africa, in Northern Africa, Egypt, places like that, in South America, those same drawings are right here in America, or so-called America, Turtle Island. Those same drawings are right here. And they were copper-colored, Hebrew Israelites that were right here. When the European came here, hundreds of years ago, not thousands of years ago, we've been here for thousands of years, they've been here for hundreds of years. When the European came here, we were the people who taught them how to harvest, how to farm, how to plant, how to survive in this harsh winters that we had on the East Coast and the harsh summers that we had with the swarms and the heat and malaria on the southern coast. It was our people who allowed their people to be able to survive and sustain and maintain themselves here. And all they brought in return for that love was war. War. Killing, stealing, raping, enslaving, you name it, diseases, lies, eliminating us, changing historical facts, whitewashing the land, and every other kind of diabolical act that someone would do for a nation or nations of people who only showed them love. So, no, we don't need you standing on the front line between us and the police. We need you in the back rooms talking to all of these people who are allowing these injustices to happen. This wickedness. But I suspect you're not going to do that, because when that wickedness that they allow to happen gives you the privilege that you have as being white here in America. I said it, and you know it. So you're not going to change it, because to change it means that you can't have the privilege of being able to access anything you want, even if it means taking the things that we have. And so for the young black brother, let me go back to you. You know, your question, guys, is not the right question. It doesn't matter what they think about you. What matters is what you think about you. You are the people of the Most High. Go back and check it out. Go check out your DNA, E1B1A. Go see where that leads you. It takes you back to the prophets of old. Judah, Levi, the people of praise, the people of worship, the people, the line of Judah, the people of courage. That's why our temperament is so strong whenever an injustice comes against us. That lion inside of us, it roars out. Because you're divinely connected to Yah. You're a man in the image and the likeness of Yah, young man. You don't need them to identify you. Identify with yourself. Identify with the word, with the scripture, with your history book. That's how you're going to find yourself. It doesn't matter what they think. It does not matter at the end of the day. Yeah, we got to hear their lies and their rhetoric, and we got to deal with their abuse and their injustice. I get it. Been dealing with it all my life, and I'm a lot older, probably old enough to be that young man's father, and maybe even grandfather, depending. So I get his pain, because I've been feeling his pain twice as long as he's been feeling that pain. Yet I'm still here. And my foundational truth is that the word of Yah has never changed. It always stays the same. And that word is, you were made in my image and likeness, DFG. And whatever I say that you can have it if you know who you are, DFG. And by the way, DFG, tell your people that if they would humble themselves and pray and seek my face, he said, and then I would hear them and I would heal their lands. And humbling ourselves means only before him, not humbling ourselves before this wickedness out of here. Doesn't mean some type of emasculated coward mentality, effeminized mentality, or some, a weak, woman of Yah, where you just let people walk over you and just treat you any kind of way. That's not what he's talking about. He's talking about a meek spirit. In other words, a spirit of beauty, that your beauty shines. But at the same time, behind all that beauty, a warrior spirit that says no weapon formed against you is going to prosper. Why? Because he promised that it would not prosper. And that he would give you the power and the wisdom and anything you needed to get wealth and prosperity and to be an overcomer. Even to the point, as David told us, teach my fingers to fight and my fists to walk. So no, we're not talking about that kind of humble. We're talking about humbling ourselves before him and identifying who he is so that we can clearly see who we are. So young man, why are you looking to the enemy to oppress other people for identity? He doesn't have to give you your identity. He doesn't have to identify with you. At the end of the day, he don't have to see you as human. You know why? Because it's not his decision to make. And you shouldn't even be confronting him or propositioning him. When you do that, you empower him. You give him this false sense of arrogance that he believes that he is somehow your Messiah, as these whites who are on the front line. Come on, guys, we're gonna go out there and show them that we're not gonna let anything happen to them, because we gotta protect them and we gotta watch them. We want them to know that we care, and the police got to go through us to get through them. We look like children to you guys? Now, did someone make phone calls and say, can y'all come out here and protect us from the police? I don't think so. I think in your arrogance, again, you jump right out there in front because at the end of the day, there's no Superman like the white Superman, right? Oh, I forgot there never was a black one anyway. So at the end of the day, no, white men and white women, if you want to do something, then stop doing all this token foolishness and get out there and call your Congress people. Get out there and petition your government. Get out there and put laws on the book that says that attacking a person of color, a so-called African American, is considered a hate crime. Put them as anybody who harms us, put us in the same protected class you put the homosexuals in and the Jews in. You put us in that same class. It's a hate crime you do anything to us. How about changing that legislation? You've had what, 100 and, let's see, this is 2000. So you come about you had about 140 years to do something about it. Well, that's wrong, Matt. 185 years to do something about it, and you haven't done 165 years to do something about it, and you haven't done it yet. Why haven't you done that? Why aren't we a protected class? I'm just saying, since you want to, your liberal heart is so warm and broken to our cause. But yet we only see you after it happens. We never see you on the front. We never see you working behind the scenes, changing the laws that will put us in a situation where a wicked devil pig can put his knee on a man with two others hiding in a Asian Moab standing right there, and all four of them conspiring to take the life of a man for no reason other than a soap passing what they say is a counterfeit $20 bill. So you're gonna the $20 bill probably ain't, like they say, it's not worth the paper it's printed on, but you killed him for fake money, for monopoly money. And you didn't give a damn because you didn't care about the money. You just wanted to take his life. And all of you whites all over America, you know these things have been going on. I'm sure you listen to your news. After all, it's your reporters reporting your news the way you want the news reported. That is, the police are always going to be a protected class, and they're always going to be innocent until proven guilty. And even if they're proven guilty, we'll just fire them and we'll give them another job somewhere down the road, or we'll start a GoFundMe to enrich them, to make sure they know, wink, wink, you did your job. We understand you. You know, we know you got our back at the end of the day, and sometimes you go a little bit too far. Not unlike the damn overseers did or the slave catchers did on the plantations. You know, they went out to capture a runaway, and every now and then they end up killing one of them, and they have to come back and say, you know, Miss Sally, you know, Mr. Jake, we were trying to get him, but he was just too resistant. We had to kill him, but we still want our money. That's the way you treat the police officers. That's the expectation. You know what I'm saying? That is the unspoken law of this land. You know, you can kill a black man or black woman, and you're not going to have to, don't worry about it. We're not going to take your life, and we damn sure not going to lock you up for life. And by the way, if we do happen to put you in jail for all the time, we're going to take care of your family. All right, we're going to make sure when you come out, man, you're going to have it made in the shade. All right, like those devils who killed the brother, jogging down the street, Brother Aubrey. You know what I'm saying? Well, we're gonna give you a job at the DA's office. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna let you just go around and be a little investigator and everything else. When you're too dumb, stupid ass idiot to actually police. But we always got you because at the end of the day, you're one of us. And this I'll say again to the young black man. Again, young man. You don't need them to identify you. I would never say something like that ever again if I were you. And this is from an elder to you. You don't need to ask a white person about how you should be treated. That's not up for them to decide. You demand to be treated right, and when you don't, you do what some of these protesters are doing. You take the situation into your own hands. That's what you do. And I heard again, people talking about the looting and why they're looting and why they're burning up things. Well, you know what? I don't know. You white Christians, don't y'all teach that the Most High is gonna bring fire and brimstone from the sky and Sodom and Gomorrah? Don't y'all talk about that every now and then? I'm sure you know that's in our book that you have claimed to be your book. Isn't in the book of Revelation that that they're gonna be cast into the lake of fire that burn it with fire and brimstone, and their thirst will never be quenched, and their burning will be forever? Doesn't the Bible the book talks about Yahweh raining fire down on men? So, we are the image of the people of Yah. When we're angry as Yah, when he gets angry, fire becomes somewhat of a tool of justice for us. It's recompense. It's a tool of recompense. Right, Christians? Right? So why are y'all complaining about burning things down? Don't y'all go around telling everybody if they don't serve your God that they're going to burn in hell? Right? So now you got a problem with an angry man. Excuse me. Now you got a problem with an angry man who's burning things. When you're angry, using your word, God is going to burn all of your asses up. According to you, if you don't live right. And you damn sure ain't living right. So he's going to be burning your asses up disproportionately. So you teach it in the Bible that if you don't get right, you'll get your ass burned and all everything else is going to be burned down. But when the very people who are made in the image and the likeness, keyword likeness of Yah, who think like Yah when they're in their right mind, burn things, they're wrong. Maybe you need to petition Yah and ask Yah, why is he going to do this wrong by burning down, all of your shit at judgment? Maybe that's the conversation. Go ask Yah, why are they burning things? Because after all, he's going to be the ultimate burner. So maybe when he answers you, better yet, go ask Yah, why is he going to burn things? And then when he responds to you, then you know the answer why we going to burn them, or why we burn them, if we choose to burn them. I'm not a proponent of burning down anything. I'm not. I don't think burning down anything solves anything. But I understand the frustration. I understand that, when you're angry and you've been mistreated for, now going on 500 years or probably more, at some point, your frustration boils over like a boiling pot of water. You follow? When all that water burns down and nothing left in that pot, then what comes next? After the steam is gone, fire. So the steam is gone. And now you're dealing with the fire. And who knows whatever else coming with that. I suspect gunfire next. And I know you got guns. I'm not calling you, I'm not challenging you on your guns. But some of us have guns too. And last I checked, if you're made of flesh, you can die just like we can die. And like our brother Malcolm told us a long time, it's time to start talking and start swinging. It's time to stop talking and start swinging. By any means necessary, what any means that you have in your hands that you can use to necessitate the stoppage of this disrespect and hatred towards the people of Yah. Yeah, the E1B1, A people. Look it up. And that said, that's what I'm saying to you. So white, if you want to do something, don't come out on the front lines of no protest. That's why we don't need you there. We need you protesting in your kitchen. We need you protesting in your country clubs. We need you protesting, in your board meetings, and your parent teachers meeting. We need you protesting at your little league, games. We need you protesting in your courthouses, in your houses of law, in your houses of government, in your judicial system. That's what we need you protesting at. And then we will honor and respect your protests. Until then, you're fake. You're fake. You're phony. And we're not buying it. Later.